What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Jump. Dima, Inspector Gadget music! So we all know that the city of Dolton is in turmoil, and it's because of its flamboyant super mayor, aka city girl mayor, aka gunshots! Will send people to shoot after you if she don't like you, mayor. Mayor Tiffany Henyard, who has been in for 3 years, has really got the town being noticed all over the world for the wrong reasons, with charges notwithstanding embezzlement, lying, theft, police brutality. A lot of things are under her watch, but there is something else that is new happening in Dolton that nobody has pointed out yet. You're gonna find out. How are we gonna find out? Well, the residents had to get another meeting to speak their mind about Mayor Tiffany Henyard. And the first thing that I want to do is go to Brother Edward Steve, who runs the Dolton of Trustees YouTube channel. Let's hear what he has to say.
Good evening, everyone. Former trustee Edward Steve. I'd like to again thank the Board of Trustees for conducting this professional, smooth, calm meeting, which we're not used to in the village of Dolton over the last 12 years. Thank you so much. I want to definitely harp on the fact that when you have a person in leadership that doesn't mind lying smoothly, she got on court on Roland Moore and said, I won 25 court cases. It hasn't been 25 court cases. When that type of level of lies, you're misleading people intentionally. That's something wrong with you internally. They won the case today about putting us back on the bank account, putting the trustees back on the bank, not the clerk. She said that they get everything. They get everything. It's a lie. It's a lie, and it's scary that you can lie like that about things. And it's happened. People believe it. People believe it. Well, they say the mayor said it. And that's, you got to question everything. When somebody lies like that, you got to question everything that comes out of their mouth. When you tell one lie, that makes all your truths questionable. Everything you said questionable. So trustees keep fighting. Residents keep showing up and coming up and speaking yourself, speaking your voice, let your voice be heard, and come to the next board meeting. People need to hear, the residents need to hear, and YouTube is definitely on fire right now with Dolton. Every time I scroll on YouTube, it pops up. So thank you again. Thank you so much.
Give him a round of applause. Then we're gonna go to this lady here.
Good evening, all. I would like to ask the trustees, thank you, number one, and for that last one in regards to the Las Vegas incident. I know you're going to ask for an investigation. I'm hoping that means the administration will have nothing to do with it. But I would like to ask you, if it's possible, if you can ask while this is ongoing, that Trustee Holmes is suspended from his trustee duties pending investigation. And that's as in any, Valerie can speak to that, any law enforcement organization. If a law enforcement officer is accused of something as egregious as this, they are suspended either with or without pay pending the investigation. And I do not, and I hope the rest of you agree with me, do not want him sitting there representing me or my village. Thank you.
Now, this lady mentioned at the end that Andrew Holmes, who stopped the show, who the clapping sounds? He was accused of taking somebody's cheeks in Las Vegas. She wants him to step down. Now, notice all of the trustees are there. You have Tammy Brown there. You have, I believe, Jason House there, Kiana Belcher there, and I believe Brittany Norwood there. But there are two trustees who are missing, Stan Brown and Andrew Holmes. So one of those two were on that trip. We believe it's Andrew Holmes. But stop the show. Remember I told you there's something that the people in the city of Dolton are complaining about. And no, it's not what you think. I want to play this clip and focus on what's going to happen after Edward Steve gets through commenting at the city council meeting a few weeks ago.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, again, I'm going to say it this last time. You cannot disrupt the meeting. Hold your claps, hold your statements, hold your comments. If you got something you want to say, step up to the podium, but you cannot disrupt the meeting. The next time that happens, I am going to clear the room. Clear the room. Clear the room. Clear the room.
Okay, so you're gonna see Valerie Stubs. She's the next speaker, okay? Now, if you can go back and look at her, she's clapping quietly. Nobody can hear it, but she's giving him applause for what he was saying, which we all know it's true. You then heard the voice of the person say, if you guys disturb the meeting, we're gonna clear the room. Which is silly because if you look at the Chicago City Council meetings with Brandon Johnson, all of them are clapping, making noise. He's never saying anything. But they're trying to silence people for giving applause because they don't want to be exposed. Now, that lady that you just saw was Valerie Stubs. And remember I talked about the gunshots? That's right, because Tiffany Henyard allegedly sent somebody to her house to shoot at her. But let's let Valerie Stubs comment on these issues.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming out. Valerie Stubs again, 22-year residence. Thank you, board. I'm tired of fighting, but I'm gonna see this to the end. You have ordinance number 19-011. Citizens address. Just like we're addressing and they're answering, this is on the books. This is what we should be able to have at a regular board meeting. It shouldn't be citizens' comment. And I'm not going to be harassed at the next board meeting because there's no state statute nowhere to say that Valerie Stubs can't clap or you all cannot clap. You will not shut me down, because the more you try to shut me down, Valerie Stubs gets louder. And it's not being disrespectful. This is all about my First Amendment rights. Louis Lacey was out early this morning, stopping people, writing tickets, harassing the residents. You know, I'm like San Juan Fair, I be everywhere. And I'm looking and I'm watching, and I got paid 30 years to watch. That's what I did, I watched. And so I'm asking everybody to come out at the next board meeting, clap if you want to, because them are your First Amendment rights. And there's nothing on the board, no ordinance, am I correct, clerk, that say that you cannot clap. And in other places, they do have, other cities, they do have ordinance to state that you cannot clap. This is not one, and these 4 trustees up here have not implemented one. These trustees up here did not take away citizens' address. This is that mayor is doing. And I'm asking that unnamed person, myself, to step down at the next board meeting. Thank you, and everybody have a great evening.
So you've heard from Valerie Stubs. Not only is she tired of being silenced in meetings, she's also tired of the residents being harassed by the local police. That's right, they're giving out tickets and false tickets to people all the time. So the first thing they're trying to do is shut down people when they're commenting in the meetings with Tiffany Henyard, that is. Now, this is a meeting that was specialized for the city of Dolton. They're supposed to have 2 meetings every month, but the mayor keeps canceling the other meetings, so they're having the meeting someplace else where they have access to. But the residents are being harassed by street ticket police people and getting false tickets all the time, so they hate that. But there is another lady here who's going to talk about the same thing.
So here's my thing. There comes a time when we have to share some of our stories, not like I want to, because they already gave me enough to deal with, and believe me, I'm a big girl. I deal with it, because I move much different, and it makes no sense that I have to entertain the things that I do. But I also want to speak to the residents. Code enforcement. You all have got to start standing up when you know these tickets are listed. But what I want you all to do more than anything, because what I experienced in hearing at code enforcement today, it makes no sense. And thank God that I witnessed nobody spent a penny today in code going to that hearing court. Because every ticket there, every other ticket was so meritless, it made no sense. They are harassing residents, especially residents that are getting work done on their house. They're harassing these people. They already have their things paid for. Insurance is covering something. They're getting their own dumpsters. They're keeping all of their debris on their property. So it gives them no reason to just pull up in front of their building and want to take pictures, and I didn't appreciate it because it's not cool. And at this point right now, we need to just start standing up, plain and simple. Every time I come here, and I'm always in with, we got to keep saying Alexis Wilson's name, and y'all keep in mind that we got one more lawsuit coming. Let's not forget the taser. They done filed their lawsuit. So let's see how many receipts she gonna speak about and show on that one.
Okay, now this lady also has been harassed by the police, and she also mentions police brutality. Now she mentions at the end of that Alexis Wilson. I interviewed Alexis Wilson's mother. Remember, Alexis Wilson was killed by Dolton police in 2021 at a drive-thru. All right, so not only is that the case, but there are other people mentioned there, and the police have been used not only to, carry out, levels of brutality against its residents, but we have also seen how the police have been giving out tickets and giving out, certain things to harass the residents. Also, employees of Dolton under the leadership of Mayor Tiffany Henyard. And it gets wild and it gets crazy. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Appreciate you for all you do, subscribe to the bell. We're out.